sou Moises Esagui e o que eu vou relatar agora não é uma projeção, não é fruto de uma projeção astral, mas de um avistamento que eu tive.
I am Moises Esagui, and what I'm about to tell you is not the result of an astral projection, but a sighting I had. I won't be able to specify my age at that time, but I believe I was between 8 and 12 years old. I'm being honest, otherwise I could say, I was exactly 11, 12 years old. That wouldn't be true. I want to be sincere. So, I was in a street. I lived in the city of Manaus, and I was in a street. I lived with my parents. The house I lived in was one of those old houses that have a very large door. It was very high. There was a staircase, and then a huge corridor. Entering the house, the first door on the right was the living room, the second door was a bedroom, then there was another room, which was a dining room, and this corridor continued. There were bathrooms and other bedrooms. In the back, there was a kitchen. The left side of the house was full of windows. The house had a lot of windows, and a space of maybe 1.5 meters, I believe 1 meter, which was the vent to the basement, where people also lived. On the windowsills that were in the corridor, there was a wall. As I was a boy, I used to jump over that wall even though it was high, and stay up there. That's it. The description I'm giving of the location. I was inside the house, near the staircase by the entrance, sitting down. Suddenly, I felt something. This sensation was like an internal vibration. I thought, wow, that's weird. It seemed to be getting bigger. Then, I went out of the house. When I was in the street, I looked, and there was a huge spaceship which must have been about 30, 35 meters high. The spaceship was moving slowly, very slowly. I watched that, feeling amazed, because it didn't make any noise. It held itself up, just making a little buzzing sound. It was a very simple thing. Just like BZZZZZ, something like a humming sound. I kept looking at it, I kept watching it. I said, wow, that's impressive. It went over the roof of the house and disappeared. Then, I went into the house, ran, and entered that corridor. I passed through the corridor, climbed the window, jumped over the wall, and kept following that spaceship until the end of the wall. Then it disappeared over another roof. I wasn't happy about that. I went down, I ran out, I went around the block, and when I looked, it was already distant. It was much smaller. This experience was very remarkable for me. But it was more remarkable because in the afternoon, listening to the radio, they reported that an unidentified object had flown over the soccer field of the town. And I said, wow, I really saw it, it wasn't a mistake. But I haven't taken notes about it. Maybe I didn't even need to write it down, because I'm reporting exactly what happened. That was very remarkable in my life. It was an experience from 50 years ago. I couldn't forget it, because you can't forget something like that. When we talk about aliens, I know we talk about things that aren't very easy for us to digest. We are always looking for evidence. I don't know if the way for evidence would be to look for sightings. I have several sightings written down. But I think we can go much further than that, through lucid astral projections. I had other experiences afterwards, and I'm going to tell you about them. Then you will be able to evaluate it all. I would like to show these things I have seen. I believe they are important for us. If they're not worth anything, it is fine. I'm not imposing this on anyone, but I want you to help me evaluate it too. You can question me, send emails, and we will talk. I'm sure that many people have had sightings. People have had experiences. I must tell you that the experiences we have always need to be sifted. I have revised myself a lot, and I've always been very resistant to talk about it, about sightings, UFOs, or even about contacts with extraterrestrial life. I think these things don't happen fancifully. They happen in a different way. We can talk more about this. I think this subject is important. It can lead us to discover things we don't see. I would really like to talk more about this subject. And I will. We'll meet in the next video.
E eu gostaria muito de conversar mais sobre esse assunto. E eu vou falar. A gente se encontra no próximo vídeo.
Would you like to participate in a work of energy giving from afar that is benefiting thousands of people? Click on the link below for more information.